Hey Nick, what's up? Good morning. We are live on 14 out of 15 channels. Yes, I believe we still have the one Facebook down. It's probably like a 30-day ban or something. Orca, hello. Good morning. Hey, Patrick John Welder, how's that metaverse treating you, bro? Glad to see you got out of there. Popped your head out of the metaverse to hang out with us. I'm trying to get in there for you, homie. We'll see. Maybe one day. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure it's that Facebook channel. Just doing my due diligence here. Because it could always just be the Twitter malfunctioning. Nope, it's the, it's still that channel. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Nothing to cry about over there. I was trying to find out Bob Saget's cause of death. Let me go ahead and refresh the chat since it's not giving me a chat number. But I will say hi to Nick, Orca, Patrick, and Steve Running. Hey, Steve Running. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh the page one more time. Great. Okay, great. We're live. All right. I want to... Hey, Zina, what's up? Enoch, hey! Good morning. Drug suspicion? Really? Really? Drugs? That's what Independent Right News said yesterday. Drug overdose. I'm like, really? It wasn't a fucking heart attack, man? That guy was on drugs? Doing coke and fucking hookers. That's Patrick John. That guy, man? I don't know. Bob Saget? In Orlando? And what kind of hookers are you going to try to pick up in Orlando, bro? Seriously. It's not really a hooker town. You know, maybe if he was into hookers, he'd be going to Vegas. You know? You spy a Beazle. Hey, my Beazle's back. Beazle, how did you get back in the house? I'm confused. Oh, I let you in.
Beazle. That's right, I remember letting you in now. Eating too much sugar in my diet lately. I'm forgetting stuff.
He's kind of embarrassed right now. 8 pounds in your backpack, says Zerti. Right on, Zerti. Not a bad way to go. He was on a tour. All I heard was it's under investigation. CNN's not saying shit about it, you know? Oh, poor Bob Saget. Poor Bob Saget. Tributes. Earth is 73% of the way to a critical threshold, scientists warn. Should be avoided. Oh, yeah? Okay. Just so y'all know, let's avoid it. What's going on with climate change? Yeah, scientists say we need to avoid that. Okay, cool. So we're good? I'm good. You're good. We're good? Good. We're good. You guys want to see this bullshit? It's hilarious. Weather disasters has cost the United States $750 billion over the last five years or 10 years, something like that. The last 7 years have been the warmest on record. Hey, where have you heard that before? Where have you heard that before? It's okay. You guys can say, we heard it from you, Nay. You tell us about this all the time, Nay. That's okay if you guys say that in the chat. I don't mind if you guys tell me that. It's cool. You know, I think the number I said was 10 because that's what I learned from... Thunderfoot. The devil has come to the church of the Lord Jesus Christ front steps. Yeah, Gussie, it's not the devil. It's a fucking pandemic, okay? Don't blame the devil for all of your personal problems. That's just stupid, okay? And every time you come in here from now on, Gussie, and you say something stupid, I'm going to call you out on your fucking stupidity. There's no devil, okay? There's just people that are stupid. That's all. No devil. Yeah, he's pushing his age. He doesn't strike me as the drug user type, man. You know, I know from what we see on TV is probably different from what we see behind the scenes, but he just doesn't strike me as a drug user at all. You know, just doesn't strike me that way. I'm not saying he didn't do it. You know, Independent Right News came in here, said yesterday it was a drug overdose, like he had all the fucking information, which no one seems to have yet. Hey, Independent Left News is here. Hey, man, Independent Right News was here yesterday, bro. You missed them. You guys are like playing fucking podcast tag. I can't wait till you're both in here at the same time. He's a real asshole, man. Independent Right News. No, seriously, bro. It's a real person. It's a real person, dude. Independent Right News. You'll see. He's coming in. I was like, did you copy independentleft.news? He's like, who's that? He's fucking says he's got 131 people working for him. Or some shit like that. Like he's some big agency or something. I was like, really? You're paying all those people? No answer. Those are people on your payroll? No answer. Those people work for you? No answer. You know, I'm like, 131 fucking people, what do you mean? You mean you've got a shitty little channel on YouTube with 131 subscribers? Is that what you meant to say? Because that's not people doing work for you. Trust me, I know. I got 24,000 motherfuckers, and 23,900 of them don't do dick for me. So don't even give me that you got 131 motherfuckers and all of them are working for you. On BBC News, they reported no signs of drugs were found. Zina, oh, no signs of drugs yet. Okay, well maybe Independent Right News is just a fucking a shit talker. Yeah, with the name News on his fucking on his channel. Independent Left News. Psst, I tend to agree, nay. Holly. Yeah, I don't have anything like that. I don't have anything like that. I mean, either, dude. Like I said, I got a channel with 24,000 fucking 25,000 subscribers. Those motherfuckers don't do anything for me. I mean, for the most part. They're not going to research shit and do stories and work with me and shit. None of them do. You know, they'll come on the show and they'll enjoy it and they'll participate in the chat. But that's 131 people working with you at whatever it is you're doing. I mean, if I had 2 people working for me, I'd be a monster, dude. I would own this motherfucker. 2 people. This guy says he's got 131. I'm like, okay, we'll remember that and we'll wait for you to come back and try to back that shit up next time. And Patrick says, when Bob Saget dies of a drug overdose and Charlie Sheen is still walking around fucking hookers and snorting lines of cocaine and telling people that he's drinking tiger's blood and firing off torpedoes of truth. Yeah, it's a fucked up world, bro. We already know that. And I remember the like. Drugs and sex sell. Independent. I remember the like. I don't know what that means. I have 3 amazing volunteers who share the links on social media for free. That's great, bro. You know, I've got people who retweet me and shit like that. You know, I got some of my friends, they'll share the video when I'm live and stuff like that. But I don't have a producer, bro. You know, I begged my audience if anybody wanted the position, and nobody has really risen up to take it. So it's like, I'm on my own, man. You know, I can't find a person to help me. I appreciate Billy Ballantyne comes in here and does what he can, and he's a busy guy. And if I had someone like Billy full-time, oh, fuck. You know? You want to produce me? Well, I don't understand what you mean by that, Gussie. I mean, my material is produced for free. I mean, do you think I want people that believe that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior producing for me, Gussie? Do you think I want people blaming the pandemic on the devil? A thing that doesn't even exist to produce for me? I mean, come on, Gussie. That's hilarious. I'm better off on my own, trust me. The job role for you is not applicable. Just stay an audience member, Gussie. The job is not for you. Definitely not for you. You've proven yourself time and time again that you and I do not share a common ideology. You know, you believe in Jesus Christ. I don't. You know, you believe that it's okay to sue a crypto corporation because your value on your crypto is down. You know, and to me, that was the most disappointing thing. Not your beliefs in Jesus Christ or that even Orlando is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Hey, man, there's plenty of my audience members that believe whatever the fuck the Christian church tells them. So I'm not holding that against you. But I will hold this against you. You don't fucking sue Shiba Inu or Saitama, or whichever one it is, because the value of your crypto goes down. That means that you guys are a bunch of motherfuckers. You gave them your money. That's a contract. You know, the value goes up, the value goes down. That's on you. And for you to come in and tell me that you're doing a lawsuit, blah blah blah. I was like, I told you guys not to do that shit. I was like, you can't do that. And you still came in. Now he's putting that shit on Twitter. Oh yeah, class action lawsuit, blah blah blah, or whatever. And I'm just, you know, I can't even begin to communicate with you guys after this, man. You guys are just, I'm not doing shit. I didn't lose anything. You're the one that comes on here and tells me this shit, Gussie. Are you kidding me? You're the messenger. You know, you're the one that runs back and forth between the cult and my goddamn live stream and relays all of the fucking information. So don't tell me you're not doing shit. The way I found out that you guys were suing Shiba Inu or Saitama was from you. Yeah, but you're the one that came in here and told me about it. You know, you're part of it. And it doesn't matter. You believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, Gussie. I don't want you working for me. And I'm not prejudiced against a Christian person. But if a Christian person is going to look me in the eye and tell me that Jesus Christ died for their sins, well, then we've got a serious problem. You've got a problem with reality and you can't work for me. You know, you'll believe what anybody tells you. What's going to stop you from believing some bullshit you read on some right-wing nut job's fucking blog and telling me that I should tell my audience this is news? You know, this is what happened to fucking Jimmy Dore, supposedly. And I'm not going to let it happen to me. You know, you're vetted and you've already failed. It's just, you know, you got to have some common... You want the job producing for me? We've got to share some common beliefs. Number one, no God. Yeah, I'm not going to have a person that believes in a God working for me. Period. You better be a fucking atheist or you can go fuck off. You want to say I'm racist? You want to say I'm prejudiced? You want to say I'm bigoted? You want to call me any of those names? Fine, I'll own all of that shit. Yeah, I'm prejudiced against people who believe in lies. Deal with it. Right? Is that fair? I tell you what, it's fair to my audience and it's fair to me. And that's really all that matters, right? Because that's what we're talking about here. We respect your beliefs. No, you don't. You don't respect anyone's beliefs. You go on the internet and say people that disagree with you are going to burn in hell, Gussie. You're a fucking liar. Morning, fresh from the dentist. Who the fuck thinks they can sue a cryptocurrency? That's bull as fuck. It's right there in black and white that the value fluctuates. Whoever that is probably never pays anyone back and has a credit score of 2. Billy. I'm glad you're here, Billy. I was just talking about you a few minutes ago. I said, I wish I could have a producer like you full time. You never said that? Oh, okay. Have you ever said that? Oh, you've never said that people that disagree with you will burn in hell? You've never said that Jesus died for your sins? You've never said that Orlando is the second coming of Jesus Christ? Jesus fucking Christ. Gussie, you're in such a thick level of denial I've never even seen. I mean, this is... Well, yeah, it's cult level denial. That's what you're in. You're in a cult. What do I expect? I really shouldn't expect any more out of you. You know? You know. Anyway, let's get into this news story because it's back there in the background looming. Here it is looming in the background, man. Let's check it out. Okay. The last 7 years have been the warmest on record as planet approaches critical threshold. Okay, so I'm wondering, I asked you guys if any of you guys heard this anywhere before. Zina said me. One person answered me. And I remembered the like. No. Okay. Mike Elliott. What's up, Mike Elliott? Mike Elliott. Do I know you? That name, for some reason, it seems familiar to me. I don't know why. I didn't lose anything. Orlando is suing what happened. Exactly. Smart move, Nate. We respect your beliefs. I don't respect your beliefs because they're based in lies, Gussie. Of course, I expect you to respect my beliefs because they're based in facts. You know, that's the difference between me and you, Gussie. You'll believe anything anybody tells you. Gussie, you're fucked. What's up, Mike? Hey, nay, Michael Koopa. Holly Hornet, don't look up. There it is. It's coming to kill us. The reason is because government... It was so easy just to look up, right? The reason is because governments are manipulating the weather. The reason for what is because governments are manipulating the weather. Guess this is more of your bullshit that I'm talking about. I can't believe how crazy you are. I heard it on the Nays Guard. Eddie, thank you. Yes, you heard it from me. No, not Harp, Gussie. God, just stop it. I feel sorry for every waiter Gussie ever had. I can hear it now. This is not how I ordered it. Is this where you want to be when Jesus comes back? Steve Running, of course, here. Holly Hornet. The like button. I remembered the like button. Oh, we all have been indoctrinated one way or another. Fucking indoctrination. That makes sense. Fake Lauderdale is suing. Guess what? No, he's not. Climate change. Right. Please block this idiot. Orca wants me to block Gussie. I gotta tell you something, Orca. She comes to about as many shows as you do, bro. And I'm not gonna block her. Seriously, she's a regular, bro. And we have to learn to get along with people we disagree with. But I don't have to sit here and act like I like it. And I don't have to sit here and act like it's okay. All right? I don't want to block her. For 3 or 4 years and you love it. Mike Elliott, I thought I recognized you. Welcome back, brother. The craziest thing about Don't Look Up is that about 99% of how that will all work out with this administration. It's 99% accuracy, right, Patrick? Okay, understood. Thank you, Orca. And Orca, don't leave because she's here, bro. Learn to get along with people you disagree with. I mean, I've been the worst example for all of you in the last 10 years. You know, someone comes in here and they call it marijuana, I block them. Somebody comes in here, they call me by my real name, I tell them to go fuck themselves and I block them. You know, I've stopped doing that shit. You guys realize that? My numbers have been going up. Because I'm not blocking people for stupid shit. I'm not blocking people because I disagree with them on stupid shit. That doesn't affect me. And that's the thing. It really, almost none of it affects me personally. Now, if somebody believes in sacrificing children and it affects their children and you want to tell them to go fuck themselves, well, that's different. It does affect another human being. Right? Fair? Fair enough? But, you know, if you're standing around in a circle holding hands singing to Jesus Christ, it doesn't hurt me. I'm glad. You're happy. You found people that agree with you, you know. It's, you know, sometimes it's hard for me to find people I agree with to hang out with. It's nice. You got a whole group of people that all agree with you. It's fantastic. And I'm not putting you down for that. In fact, I'm encouraging that. I just hope that by me not blocking people like Gussie, you know, maybe they'll start to listen to other people, me or other people in their lives, and maybe they'll improve their own situations. I don't need to convince them of anything. I've learned that, and I'm not going to try to. But I will tell you what I am convinced of, and I will tell you why I don't believe in what you believe in. And then we'll dust off our hands, and we'll shake, and we'll be friends, and we'll get high together. How's that? I don't want to be your enemy, man. I realize making people my enemy is it kills everything that I ever try to do. We shouldn't be enemies with each other. But, Gussie, I won't sit here and take your bullshit either. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Just remember, you get to stay here, but every time you come in here and you tell me a lie, I will call you on your bullshit. Right? The article on my screen just came up on your phone. Really, Eddie? That's hilarious. I see growth, son. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you. Thank you for being a gardener. Mike, we love you, bro. Mike. We're not mad. Gussie, good. I'm not mad either. You know, I just remember I'm just going to call you out on your bullshit. You come in here and say people are going to burn in hell, I'm going to call you out. You're going to come in here and say Jesus Christ loves you, I'm going to call you out. You know, you're going to come in here and say that HARP is affecting the weather by the government, I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. You know, all of your conspiracy nut job bullshit, I'll call you out on. I'm not going to block you over it, though. You know? My standards have lowered. What can I say? You do enjoy me yelling at Gussie? I don't enjoy me yelling at Gussie. I don't want to ever have to yell at anybody ever. Ever. I don't ever want to have to get into character. You know? Ever. And I'll tell you why. Because it hurts my fucking heart if every single person that I have to yell at in here, it always hurts. And it might be a smile on my face and I might be laughing, getting high and joking around. But it's one more viewer that I know will not click on my live stream the next time it pops up. In fact, they might block me. And that hurts me, man. Every single goddamn one of you. So, you know, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of you walking out on me. So I'm being nicer. And we can all be nicer to each other and accept each other's differences of opinion. But I'm going to call you out on what I disagree on anyway. I'm not going to shut up about it. We're going to have to learn to be friends, and you're going to have to learn to hear my narrative while we're friends. Many different things are happening. Saddens you about Earth's future, isn't it? Good morning, Debbie. Carol, reporting Debbie. Carol, hi, Nick. I do understand where you're coming from. Orca. Thank you. Karen, hey. Right, bro. Hey, man, Karen wants to smoke. Right on, Karen. Karen's been fucking attempting to get me to smoke for her for weeks when she comes in here. I'm like, all right, I'll smoke. Even if Jesus was real, he wouldn't love you because he would just be a person like you, Gussie, a judgmental asshole who says his dad is God. Yo, Billy. Jesus Christ, in my opinion, he never existed. But if he did, in an alternate reality, he'd be a fucking cult leader. He would totally be a fucking cult leader. He told people to sacrifice all of their belongings and to give all of their love to God. And that he represents God. That's the basis of every fucking cult I've ever heard of. Am I wrong on that? Which cult leader doesn't proclaim to be speaking for God? Like Jesus claimed to do. The only difference is he just had a lot more cult members. I've been blocked and I stayed and I got unblocked. I always do what I can for you, bro. You've done so much for me. Thank you, Nate. Eddie, thank you, bud. Keep the faith, Karen. It'll happen one day. Death Wish Coffee, baby. That's a good one. The Death Wish Coffee. That's, isn't that what Amish Hitman, I think he does the Death Wish Coffee, I believe. He's a coffee guru, I believe. I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he'll come in. This is plant number 2, the seedy one, folks. I'm going to be very careful and deliberate in my selections of the flower particles. Looking for seeds in all the wrong places. Okay, I do not see any seeds. To rise, to rise, to rise. Too fat, you must cut lean. You gotta take the escalator to the mezzanine, chump. You gotta take the escalator to the mezzanine. I will never be taking an escalator to a mezzanine ever again in my life. For me, it's the stairs. It's good not to have sore knees. You guys know I just lost six viewers in a heartbeat. 6 people popped in and 6 people popped out. I don't know what the fuck that was. Weird, right? Maybe the counter just freaks out sometimes. Let me know if you guys saw that in one of the chats, please. If you saw a bunch of people come in and leave in the chat number. I'd love to know that. All right. So, no law regarding 7 years have been the warmest on record. But, hey, you know, it's just a Chinese hoax. God brought me here today and said the devil is flying on a witch's broom above your house in a circle. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. He said, come here, my pretty soul. Orlando, what's up, buddy? Orlando, I gotta tell you, man, I did enjoy watching the videos of the police harassing you back in, when was that, 2004? When you were out on the street preaching and the police were fucking with you. I enjoyed watching those videos you put up. Those are actually pretty good videos. And you, motherfucker, are badass. I will just tell you that. You believe in what you believe in, and you say, fuck the police, and you do what you gotta do, bro. And I support you in doing what you're doing. I really do. I don't believe in your narrative, but I believe in the way you profess it, in your First Amendment right to express yourself, and the way you battle the police to do it. thank you. I'll tell you this, Orlando. Thank you for your service to fight for my right for free speech. It's important, and both you and I share that belief, and it's a strong one. So, cheers to that, too. Cheers. Cheers, Karen. That's a good one. That's a good bong rip. Does anybody see where all the people just came in from? Can anybody tell me where all these extra people just came in from? They're here again. And then they left as soon as I said that. Oh, Facebook? Thank you, Doc. Do Christians believe in witches, Orlando? Billy has a question for you. Because I thought that was kind of weird when you said the word witch, too. And I didn't know why. It just didn't ring correctly for me. And I didn't know why, though. I was like, witch? That's kind of weird. Okay, Jerry Whitaker, thank you for telling me that. Debbie, I need to order more triage oil. Debbie's talking in the live stream, everybody. She's not just here at the very beginning. Debbie, would you like some free triage oil? The polar ice caps. Or do you get the large? You getting the small ones or you getting the large ones? I can't do the large ones for free, but I can do you a small one. There hasn't been any business lately. You know, I got plenty of oil. And no one is buying, so... You'd love it? Okay, I'll send you a couple of 1-ounce jars. Because you, Debbie, you try so hard every day to be the very first person to say hello to me on every fucking live stream. And I got to tell you, while the fact that you do that and you don't really participate after the fact bothers me a little bit, I love the fact that you're the first one here every day. I love that. I love that you go out of your way to try to be here as soon as I go live. You got your notifications on. And, you know, of course I fucking noticed that shit. I just wish you'd chat more, you know? I know you're here watching. Because every time I call you out, you always chime in. You're like, I'm here. Dude, Debbie has probably got just as much time in on this show as any other audience member out there. Even though, I screamed at Debbie. Fuck yeah, I screamed at Debbie, and I'll scream at you too. Gus, I'll scream at any one of you. I've screamed at Billy Ballantyne. Ask Billy about him and I fucking screaming at each other on this live stream. You know? There's only one person I can think of who I haven't ever gotten into it with, and that's Iceman. Even Rob Mulligan and I get into it. You know, some of my best friends will come in here and we'll fucking scrap. You know, Amish Hitman. We've shared some fucking words on the live stream. I ended up blocking him once. Johnny, get out your cell phone. Get out your cell phone and record it. And I'll do it. And then you have to tweet it on Twitter. Johnny, and name one thing that you and I disagree on. Ashley. God, I love that name, Ashley. Hello, Ashley. It's one of my favorite names of all time. Trendy Orca. Oh, God, yeah, bro. I mean, Sean, that goes without saying. Dude, I've harpooned your ass. Ha! I harpooned your ass. What does that even mean? What was he trying to say there? Yeah, I hope you weren't running your cell phone yet, bro. Billy was blocked before son, then came back. Billy? Oh, yeah, I blocked Billy. Billy is passionate, bro. And Billy just fucking disagreed with me on Twitter last night. I don't even give a fuck. He's my boy. He can do that all he wants. He doesn't like, and don't get mad at me, everybody, because Billy doesn't like it either, that I celebrate death. But let me just remind you guys, fucking New Orleans, when someone dies, they have a parade down the middle of fucking Main Street with a band and marching and, and cheerleaders and the whole goddamn thing for a death. So I understand if you think when I'm celebrating somebody's death, it's a bad thing. It's definitely for different reasons, but it's still a celebration of life. The fact that we're still here. And we can remember those people however we wish to remember them. But don't hold it against me, please. Okay? Don't hold that against me. Celebrate with me. Celebrate, and you can feel however you want to feel. You said some dumb shit on here, says Patrick. I'm on my cell phone. Oh, Johnny's watching on his cell phone. That sucks. If two men are honest, they'll have times. What? Turmoil. I can't keep up with the fucking chat. If they are truly honest, they'll still speak to each other. It's called adulting. Oh, I'm quite an adulter then. Oh, you're fucking funny, guy. Laughing my ass off. You blasted me and my son after we made a reggae-style tribute song. Lol, it was so funny. Because I don't like reggae? I've been blocked a couple times, says Nick. I've been blocked twice, says Eddie. You guys, this is your life. I got caught throwing 2 large bags of trash in the woods. How's that bothering anyone? You got caught? I'm glad you got caught. Yeah, I remember that too, Nick. That was in the beginning. Nope, I don't. But how is that bothering anyone? Well, I mean, if you went out in the woods, someone else is going to go out in the woods, man. There's going to be animals that go out in the woods. And sometimes you could poison animals and they could get caught up in like dental floss or some shit. You would think they're like a little plastic thing. It's no big deal, but a little fucking turtle walks through it, and it fucking strangles them, bro. You'd be surprised how dangerous garbage is to animals. A fucking raccoon or a bear or a cat walks across some broken glass that you threw back there and they cut their paw, get an infection and fucking die. But what do you fucking care? It's horrible. Sounds better than a regular funeral. We aren't going to get a little jig for Bob Saget. No, man. I'm not celebrating Bob Saget's death. No. I loved Bob Saget. I was a huge fan of Bob Saget. I want to bring... I only celebrate people's deaths that I fucking hate. I want a barbecue and a live band at my funeral. You rock, Debbie. That's right. I celebrate death too. Some look at it as a taboo. But honestly, if you have ever been to a funeral, you celebrate death, we celebrate... Yeah, what the fuck's a funeral? You fucking hypocrites? You ever been to a funeral before? Yeah, it's a fucking party for someone that died. It's just called a funeral. But guess what? It's a party. And you're there. So, shut up. I like that. Eddie. Boom. Boom, Eddie. Wow. That's production level thought right there, Eddie. See, Eddie wouldn't have typed that in the chat. He would have been in my ear, and he would have been like, "Yo, Nay, say this, bro. Say, a funeral is basically a party, bro. Tell them that. Spin it that way." I'd be like, "Okay, bro." Producing for me. That's producing. I remember that. You guys have great ideas. That was amazing, Eddie. I remember that reggae mishap. Can we hear the reg song tribute? The reggae song tribute? I guess, I don't know. I've been blocked 3 or 4 times myself for the years. God bless. Trashing the environment. What's up, Billy? How many years Joe Exotic will be produced to? Will be reduced to. I've been blocked. No big deal. David Long. Fuck you, Johnny, you fucking idiot. It's called littering and polluting. Fuck you. Oh, littering and polluting, you idiot, says Billy. He's yelling for me. Tommy, 3 here couldn't shut my fat fucking mouth. Tommy, you've... Tommy's, and I remember Tommy, every time Tommy comes in, I'm like, I wonder if we're going to get into it again today. They was like, why do you have two bass beats overlapping each other? What the fuck? Oh my God, you guys all remember this? I went into fucking critical producer mode, huh? Wow. AOC has the LCK. What is LCK? Lunatic Candy Creep? Nick? Nick, I don't know what you're talking about. Trizina. Littering. How about I misspell this? Fuck you, Johnny. I say these things for the scream, but I'm done. I don't litter. No, Johnny, don't make some bullshit up. Johnny, name something that you and I disagree on, that I talk about, and you're like, I don't agree with him on that. Like, I could do that with Jimmy Dore right now. Hey, name something that you and Jimmy Dore disagree on, Nay. Okay, here's a good one. I disagree when you're talking about that you leave the fact out that is saving people's lives. Now you go. What do you disagree with me on? Like, I just disagreed with Jimmy Dore on that. What do you disagree? There's something I say on here. Like, do you hate the fact that I don't like, you know, the words marijuana, pot, weed, dope, and reefer, bro? How about that? That's a good one. Do you think that's stupid? I mean, do you disagree with me that the human race is going to be extinct by 2178? I've been blocked once too. Debbie got blocked. How are things, Eddie? Debbie? Yeah, bro. You did. It was hilarious. COVID. Just got my triage oil in the mail, thanks. There's a red guitar pick in the box too. Yeah. Yeah. That I used I use these guitar picks on the show. So it's, you know, it's like a part of the show that you get. I only usually give that out on the 2-ounce boxes. And if it's from someone I don't recognize, I usually don't throw a guitar pick in. But if it's someone from the show, I throw a guitar pick in. Johnny, what, you're saying I don't like the Grateful Dead? Or you're saying we disagree on a song, on a band, bro? Come on, Johnny. There's got to be something I do on the show you disagree with. Okay. How about, do you believe in God, Johnny? Hey, you've been a testament to all that is true for like 9 years. God damn. I think I'm going to fucking cry, Johnny. You're going to make me fucking cry, bro. This is the funniest fucking thing in the whole world. I'm having a moment, man. I disagree that you get higher by the amount of time you hold in your... Oh, there you go. That's false. It's depriving the brain of oxygen, not getting you higher. David Long. That's a good one. See, that would be a good one. Do you disagree with me on that? Hey, Johnny, does holding your hits in longer get you higher? Or do you believe in the 3 to 5 second rule? That's a good one. Because all I say to someone like David Long is keep wasting your cannabis and keep complaining you're not getting high. That's all I say to people like that, you know? You do you and I'll do me. It seems to get you higher when you're... Dude! Human race extinct by 2178? You believe that? You believe the human race is going to be extinct by 2178? Completely gone. No survivors. We're just not even going to be able to survive on the planet. I mean, Elon Musk won't even be alive in his underground bunker because check this out. They won't have doctors. They won't be able to get drugs or surgery or things that are vital for every single one of us to survive. And at one point in our lives, almost every single one of us has required something specific that you needed to get from a hospital, right? Think about it. I've died several times. I've been flown on helicopters, to save my life twice. You know, Elon Musk doesn't have a fucking helicopter to take him to a fucking hospital when, you know, one of his crew underground is fucking sick, does he? You don't believe that exact here. Okay. There you go. Johnny, I would tell you to go fuck yourself right now. And I'm going to. Because you know what, motherfucking Johnny Jackhammer? I did the fucking math, you little fucking bitch! I sat there all fucking day. It took me hours. And I Googled the shit. And I researched it. And I did all the fucking... I let my fingers do all the walking so you didn't have to. You ungrateful motherfucker! Johnny Jackhammer! You fucking bitch! How's that? I let my fingers do the walking, bro. That's a good one. I did all the math, bro. He's like, not that exact year, no. Perfect! Perfect! That was great. How dare you? Dude, I triggered some folks. Don't mind him. He can only count to 2 back. He said he was kidding about throwing garbage away. He knows I had he's been watching for years, bro. He knows I did hashtag pick it up. He's not throwing garbage in the... Right, bro? You're not really throwing garbage in the woods. Right? You just said you were trying to piss me off. Zinna wants a guitar pick. I mean, just watch the movie. Don't look up. That's where we're heading. Little illusion. We're already there, bro. Illusion on the beat. We're already there. The movie is a commentary on us right now. We're already there. Hey, Heavy P, man, what's up? I miss you, bro. Like 4 people left on Facebook. How dare you? People probably watching in front of their kids and stuff. It's cool. You know, they might be at work. You know, and then I start screaming. And they got to be like, hey, dude, you know. You know, I should have something on the screen that says, like, prepare to mute, you know, or something. A warning, like rant warning, loud, big letters, you know, put it right there on the screen. Rant warning loud, and then have it, like, flashing in red right before I get hot. You know? What movie? We've never heard of it. Tell us about it. Billy, that's quite humorous. Bro, I felt the rage through my phone. Hey, you know what's funny? It's fucking Johnny Jackhammer got so scared he ran away. I scared him off. I don't know, dude. It's just a fucking act. It's not really rage. It's just pretend. I'll tell you what that is. You want to know what that is? It's a wee baby. It's a man baby. I know you're here, Johnny. It's a wee baby trapped inside a man's body, screaming, wanting to be heard, that always felt as a little baby growing up that no one ever listened to them. That's what that is. And when that voice gets out, it's loud, you know, and it's like making up for lost time, lost attention. You know, do you know who invented... Do you want to know who invented that? My sister. Yeah. Anytime I'd ever talk to her about anything. She was so mean, bro. I'd be like, hey, check this out. She'd just be like, pfft. Yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. She loved me. She did. She loved me. She used to stick up for me. She was great. But, you know, she never let me bullshit, ever. It was just like, it was such an inconvenience for her. You know, but she let me entertain her. I was her personal comedian, and I was good at it. And I still am. That is where The Howard Cosell impersonation comes from. That is where I do an Inspector Clouseau. I usually just save that for her, though. That's just, you know, I don't do Inspector Clouseau on here. That's just hers. Your mom taught you to inhale oxygen. You know, Zinna, let's talk tech. When I am, this is great. When I am doing a bong rip, I corner the edge of my mouth off of the bong a little bit and I let air in sometimes when I feel like I need to disperse the smoke with oxygen, just like your mom taught you. Wow. That is the first person I've ever heard say that. And I've never even brought that up. I've mentioned it on the show once. And people are like, no, I don't do that. Yeah, I was like, yeah, when I'm hitting it, sometimes I let a little oxygen in. It's almost like having a carb. But I'll just do it with my mouth, you know? To mix oxygen in with the smoke as it's going down. Let's smoke while we talk about it. Hey. No law regarding the technique you use for carbing. And I do believe that carbureting is the wrong term, and it should be called oxygenating. No law. So when you pull your finger off a carb, you're oxygenating. You're not carbing, you're oxygenating. Right? Carbureting would be when you're hitting it, taking a blower, I think, and putting a blower on, a little blower with a fan, you know, like a vacuum in reverse, and blow into the bowl, I think, while you're like assisted. I think that would be like carbureting, like fuel injecting, like shooting the fuel in. That's what a carb does, right? So this would really be an air injector. I don't know. I think I would call it like the hole on the side, or when you're doing that, I think it would be called, I don't know. What do you guys think? What injects air into an engine system? The air intake. There's the air intake, right? It breathes. What's the fucking? There's a blower. There's an air intake. There's a supercharger. That's not what a supercharger does, right? There's a turbo. What would you... Where's my mechanics out there, guys? Gals? Guys and gals? People? Oh. People! That's what gotta be my word, man. People. You can't go wrong with people. We're all people. I don't care if you're Spock in a jar, Spock's head in a jar. I don't care if you're Spock's head in a jar. We're all people. All right, cheers. Turbo manifold vacuum lines. Three to 5 second rules for people with little lungs. David Little Lung Long. How dare you? I'm not a plumber. David Little Lungs Long and his 3 to 5 second rule. I am the tenor from Northern California. I'm the tenor from Northern California. Hey, can we get into this article? Let's find out what this is all about. The last 7 years have been the warmest on record as planet approaches critical threshold. The last 7 years, warmest on record. New data shows. You guys, it's not new data. You guys... okay. So, let me just show you... now, okay. You guys remember when we talked about this with Thunderfoot, right? All right, watch this. I'm going to go to YouTube right now. I'm going to type in Thunderfoot with 2 zeros and type in warmest years. They're all trying to debunk. These are videos trying to debunk Thunderfoot. Where's Thunderfoot at? Thunderfoot is still lying to you about SpaceX? Whatever, dude. 22-minute video. Global warming stopped in 1998. Busted. This might be it. This is a video from 4 years ago. This could very well be it.
So with President Trump about to pull out of the Paris Climate Accords, or more specifically, now that he's actually pulled out of the Paris Climate Accords,
the United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
kind of a cute.
Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that Donald Trump did that? You should. You shouldn't forget what this motherfucker did. I'm just saying. You shouldn't forget all of the bullshit that this motherfucker did. It's a good thing we brought this 4-year-old video up so you guys could remember what this fucking motherfucker did.
Cute irony, since Trump was elected in the hottest year on record. Maybe now is an apt time to bust another staple of the climate change denialists' arguments.
Okay, so did you hear what Thunderfoot just said? He said that Donald Trump was elected in the hottest year on record. It's crazy, right? Hottest year on record. It's not getting any cooler, folks.
No global warming for 19 years. Also known as there's been no global warming since 1998, or there's been a global warming hiatus. Let's see what Lauren Southern had to say about this in 2005, which was, at the time, the hottest year in recorded human history.
Even
You hear
the
this?
IPCC has admitted that their computer models could not predict.
We went over this video 4 years ago, man. We've been talking about this for years. We've been talking about this for years. CNN says new data. Are you fucking kidding me? 4 year late, CNN?
Predict the pause in global warming, and that they cannot explain why world average temperatures
They're liars.
have shown no
You know,
statistically
I'm
significant
smarter than
increase
CNN.
since 1997.
Now
And
this denial
I'm
has been
smarter
around-
than CNN, and I'm proving it to you right now with data that I got from Thunderfoot, with data that he got from, you know, the records that we've been keeping of the fucking planet. Where the fuck is CNN been?
for a long time. Hell, I found this Telegraph article from 2006, that's about a decade ago now, saying that there's a problem with global warming, that it stopped in 1998. And then 6 years later, Lord Monckton, a favourite of global warming denialists, stated delegates at the 18th annual UN Gabfest at the dismal, echoing Doha Conference Centre.
I
one
need
of
a
the
dab.
least exotic locations to choose for these repetitive exercises in pointlessness have a oops problem. No, not the sandflies, not the questionable food, not the near record low attendance. The oops problem is this. For the past 16 of the 18-year series of annual hot air sessions about hot air, the world's hot air has not gotten hotter. There's been no global
No law
warming
regarding the last
at
hottest 10
all.
years on record.
Zilch, nada, zip, bumperkiss. Yeah,
I know.
it's a special brand
Someone
of
inserted
idiot to
those
sit
eyes
there
in his
at
face.
What was at the time the hottest
Cheers.
16-year period in recorded history. and use that to make the argument that there's been no global warming. Yeah, they have this chart, and they make the claim so boldly. They even go so far to cite sources, big mistake, and mock people who question their conclusions. Well, let's take a look at that exact same data in context, shall we? Ah, yes, that's much better. Now that's the exact data that they use here. Clearly, there's been no global warming for 19 years. The fact that those 19 years were the hottest in recorded history doesn't seem to bother the global warming denialists. But hey, I guess deny's gonna deny. And if you take a more comprehensive data set, you get something that looks like this, where it's bloody clear there has been no hiatus in global warming, none whatsoever.
Oh yeah, by the way, they call that the pause. Yeah, by the way, there was a complete and total dead stop to all global warming for over 15 years, and rather than readjust their models, current climate scientists employed by your tax dollars simply chalk it up to being the pause.
Yes, you want a real touch of irony. Yes, that was Stephen Crowley claiming there's been a total dead stop in global warming. You can see the one he's talking about, right? So he could release this video not only in the hottest year in recorded history, but in the hottest August in recorded history. Now there might be people out there saying, oh, you're being a little unfair to Stephen here. After all, he didn't know at the time that 2016 was going to be the hottest year in recorded human history. Of course, if it had actually bothered to check, he would have found that 2015 had previously been the hottest year in recorded human history. And even if he hadn't been paying attention to that, it was the hottest January in recorded history. It was the hottest February in recorded history. It was the hottest March in recorded history. The hottest April, the hottest May, the hottest June, the hottest July, and the hottest August in recorded human history.
By the way, there was a complete and total dead stop to all global warming for over 15 years, and rather than readjust their models, current climate scientists employed by your tax dollars simply chalk it up to being the pause.
Now you may be thinking, okay, these are just the crazy deniers. You know, all right, they might have awards for being science bloggers, or they might have 300 million hits, but whatever. You don't get any crazy stuff like that in the Trump administration, where they have competent advisors, right? Well, let's take a look at the current head of the EPA. That's the Environmental Protection Agency. And this is him answering questions from early July 2017, at about the same time that Trump was dumping the Paris Climate Accords. And what argument does he use?
Why are the hottest temperatures in the last decade, essentially the hottest temperatures that we've seen on record?
That's CNN literally saying that 4 years ago. And now, this is what I need to give you. This is exactly what I need to give you. This is unbelievable, guys. New data shows. Wow. That is a straight fucking lie. Right here. It says, new data shows. To hype their fucking story. When literally their fucking anchor guy now, he's a fucking anchor over there at CNN. That guy. Jim Costa, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, he's literally admitting that the last 10 years were the hottest 10 years on record, and you can hear the CNN representative saying it, and yet there it is in parentheses right here. Look right here. Here it is. CNN. New data. 7 years. But not the last 10 years. Just the last 7 years. Oh, you don't want to talk about the last 14 years? Or the last 15 years? How about that? We've had this data forever, man. This is fucking bullshit. But let's listen to Thunderfoot, because, you know, he is the reason I was aware of all of this information.
You guys have been in hiatus since the late 1990s.
But sir,
Yeah, he uses the utterly debunked there's been a climate change hiatus since 1998 argument. Hell, this might sound a little tangential, but I've been monitoring my weight of late mostly because I've become increasingly fascinated by human metabolism, and partly because I could do to lose a pound or two. Now you may be thinking, whoa, this video just took a sudden turn into left field. But you're wrong, because it turns out that all weight loss was me essentially turning some fat, that would be oil, into carbon dioxide, the same stuff that causes global warming. So yeah, in some ways my diet actually contributed to global warming, although maybe not in such a significant fashion, seeing as your total carbon footprint just to be alive for 1 year, just the carbon dioxide that you breathe out, is about 1/3 of a ton per year. Yep, you breathe out about 3 times your own body weight in carbon dioxide per year. And if you factor in other aspects of first world lifestyles and energy consumptions, you're looking at a total carbon footprint of somewhere between 5 and 20 tons per year. So yeah, me turning a couple of kilograms of fat into carbon dioxide is probably not that big of a deal here. Anyway, the reason I bring my diet up here is how many of you would seriously say, yeah, well, your diet stopped working about a week ago, so you should quit. Exactly. You know that there is an underlying mechanism here. You know there is a mass balance, that if I put more mass into my body than I excrete, and the lion's share that I excrete, of course, is coming out of my mouth as carbon dioxide and water in the form of humidity. If I put more into my body than I excrete out of it, then I gain weight. It's that simple. And if I excrete more than I consume, then you lose weight. And it's the same balance with the Earth's atmosphere. If you put more energy into it than you radiate away into space, then the planet heats up. And if you radiate more energy than you absorb, then you cool down. And we can measure the increase in the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere from human activity, and it's raised it from about 300 to 400 parts per million. And you get a reasonable estimate of how much that has increased the amount of energy that the Earth is getting from the sun. And remember, if you get more energy than you radiate, then you heat up. It's inevitable. After that, the only thing left to debate is where the extra energy ends up. Melting ice caps, melting glaciers, hotter oceans, hotter atmospheres, whatever. In simple terms, denying global warming is like eating a 1 kilogram super bacon cheeseburger and looking someone straight in the face and telling them that you're exactly the same weight as you were before you ate it. Denial is denial.
No law regarding
However,
excretions.
sadly, the arguments from global warming deniers aren't logical. They're emotional. They're trying to get you. They're trying to manipulate you. It's all the scientists trying to get rich to save their jobs or something. I just never trust a scientist. I mean, they get paid for doing science. I mean, what did science ever do for us? And who is the idiot in charge of making the decisions now? A man who not only rubbishes climate change.
I think that there'll be little change here. It'll go up, it'll get a little cooler, it'll get a little warmer like it always has for millions of years. It'll get cooler, it'll get warmer, it's called weather.
But the idea that chlorofluorocarbons destroy the ozone layer.
So if I take hairspray, and if I spray it in my apartment, which is all sealed, and you're telling me that affects the ozone layer? Yes. I say, no way, folks, no way, okay? Nope.
I'd like to tell you a story. So if you're sitting comfortably, then I'll begin. There once was a class of compounds called chlorofluorocarbons. And they were great because you could custom make them to have the right boiling point, which turned out to be really useful for loads of stuff. They were non-toxic and non-flammable, which meant you could use them in things like hairspray. This was much better than things like butane, which, while they were okay as propellants, were kind of flammable. However, years later, geeky scientists started to notice that the ozone layer was depleting in polar regions. This was very concerning because ozone acts like a shield, protecting us from the harmful UV rays of the sun. And without it, tens of thousands of people would die annually from skin cancer. And a little more research from those Evil scientists who were only interested in getting money from the government revealed that the CFCs, after their release, would eventually, after years, make their way up to the upper atmosphere, where the chlorofluorocarbons would catalytically destroy the ozone. This meant that a single molecule of CFC could destroy hundreds of thousands of molecules of ozone before being rendered inert by some form of radical combination reaction. Now, if left unchecked, the entire ozone layer would have been depleted in less than 100 years. And we and all other forms of life on Earth would have almost no protection from the cancer-causing hard UV rays of the sun. This was clearly bad. And with the source of the problem identified and the effects clearly documented, evil scientists who were getting paid to do science convinced evil globalist governments to destroy the chlorofluorocarbon manufacturing industry of America by globally banning CFCs in things like hairspray. And then they went back to using things like butane as a blowing agent. You know, because it's only a blowing agent. So, sarcasm aside, this was one of the great success stories of science, maybe on a par with things like eradicating smallpox. And decades later, thousands cheered a moron who summarized this problem like this.
Because, you know, the United States, hairspray doesn't work. You know why? Because we're destroying the ozone every time you spray. They say, if I'm in my bathroom in Trump Tower, sealed with concrete, right? 8-inch concrete floors, 8-inch concrete walls.
But I hear where they don't want me to use hairspray. They want me to use the pump. Because the other one, which I really like better than going bing, bing, bing.
I spray my hair. Zip, zip. They tell me I'm destroying the ozone. It's 400 miles up. So they went out and got me some frickin' Australian hairspray, and I'll tell you, it was great.
This concealed unit, I really do live in a very nice apartment, right? But it's sealed. It's beautiful. I don't think anything gets out. And I'm not supposed to be using hairspray. But think of it.
So if I take hairspray, and if I spray it in my apartment, which is all sealed, and you're telling me that affects the ozone layer? Yes.
Such an idiot.
No way, folks. No way. Okay? Nope.
That moron was later elected the leader of a country who went on to pull America out of the Paris Climate Accords.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
Now, it should be said that the Paris Climate Accords are more aspirational than operational. They were completely non-binding. So pulling out of them because you want to renegotiate them is kind of dumb.
But begin negotiations to re-enter either the Paris Accord or in really entirely new transaction. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
What do we care? We live in the United States.
The United States is part of the world.
Wow, I have been gone a long time.
So we're getting out. But we will start to negotiate, and we will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great. And if we can't, that's fine.
The goals were essentially aspirational, signed by every country on Earth, with the exception of Nicaragua and Syria. And they wanted to limit global warming to less than 2 degrees. At about 2 degrees, it's really not known what will happen to the Earth afterwards, but the reckoning is at about 2 degrees, cutting carbon dioxide after that probably won't help, because other positive feedback mechanisms will give climate change a momentum of its own. It's
positive feedback, climate positive feedback loops. Where have you heard about that kind of stuff, guys? Right here on this show, of course. We've been talking about positive feedback loops, global climate feedback loops on here for years. We've had Dr. Guy McPherson on the show. He's literally discussed it with us in the chat, answered questions. One of the questions I had for him that day was, did the banning of cannabis shorten our existence on the planet by, and I said by 100 years, and he said, yeah, and he said, more like 5,000 years, in his opinion. Because the industrialization of oils and drilling and methanes and natural gases and all of that shit, the oil spills and all that, it's literally just sped up this effect that Thunderfoot is referring to right now at this moment in this part. So this is it. This is at 14 minutes and 30 seconds in. Here, listen to this.
But the reckoning is at about 2 degrees. Cutting carbon dioxide after that probably won't help, because other positive feedback mechanisms will give climate change a momentum of its own. It's kind of like a tipping point, after which there's no going back to the way things were. But hey, I guess we should vote for him because he's not a feminist. Or I feel like I trust Trump. He's the guy I most relate to.
He met Trump at a campaign event.
Meeting him, yes, that made a huge difference. Yeah, made a huge difference. Just because it's somebody who, we really felt like one of us. I had that feeling.
And we've got to keep our priorities straight. Honestly, folks, the reality of the world is you got to choose your allies and your fights. And I watch with some dismay as those who turn the feeding frenzy on moronic, entitled, stuck-up social justice warriors. And hell, you see my history. I despise social justice warriors as much as the next man. But this community essentially turned that into cheerleading for Trump. I mean, really, how many in the skeptical community openly opposed crap like this?
Well, I'm not a big believer in man-made climate change. There could be some impact, but I don't believe it's a devastating impact. But no, I would say that it goes up, it goes down. I think it's very much like this over the years. We'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens. I believe it was in the 1920s they talked about the phenomena of global cooling. They thought the planet was getting cooler. Now they think the planet is getting warmer. And I have a feeling it's sort of this. But nobody knows for sure. You know, they used to call it global warming. They've had many different, they call it extreme weather. They always change the name to encapsulate everything.
I think that there'll be little change here. It'll go up, it'll get a little cooler, it'll get a little warmer like it always has for millions of years. I don't believe that what they say, I think it's a big scam for a lot of people to make a lot of money.
Yeah, there weren't many of us, and they rejoiced when Trump was elected leader. Hell, they mocked people like me, saying that I was just salty that Trump won. I lost over 10,000 subscribers. I mean, it wasn't like I had a reputation for fighting scientifically illiterate morons on YouTube for over 10 years or anything. And the constant jibes about Thunderfoot should stick to science. Yeah, stick to science and leave politics to the experts like this.
Now, I have to tell you, it's an unbelievably complex subject. Nobody knew that healthcare could be so complicated.
You know, healthcare is complicated because our healthcare system is so complex. I suffer no illusions that this will be an easy process. Once again, it will be hard. Healthcare is complicated stuff.
Nobody knew that healthcare could be so complicated.
I mean, what? Did you really think that I would side with the vaccine denialist, climate change denialist, simply because he gave the finger to the social justice warriors? Yeah, and I remember losing thousands of subscribers at the time. But you know what? As time goes on, this looks more like a badge of honor than a mark of shame. Well, where are those petty little gloaters now? You have a man with almost no understanding of the problems he's dealing with, making decisions that will impact the world. And yeah, impact the world is about right. Because even though the Paris Climate Accords is probably too little, too late, it was little more than a statement of intent.
Exactly.
It was a step in the right direction.
Exactly. And that's what I always say on here. You know, whether or not it was going to help isn't the point. The point is that we all had our heads in the right place and we're trying to do the right thing, at least working towards it, you know? And not just fucking accelerating it and adding to it. But mostly just exponentially accelerating it.
Action. A moment when the entire world stood in unity, with the exception of Syria and Nicaragua. You know, on pretty broad goals like limiting climate change to less than 2 degrees. Having the world's second largest excreter of carbon dioxide saying it's going to take its ball and go home looks more like an effort to undermine the only sensible attempt to try and get some sort of global consensus on trying to do something about climate change. Hell, maybe no one should tell Trump about the Montreal protocols. Else he might want to pull out of that too. You know, fight those evil climate scientists with their preposterous ideas that CFCs can deplete the ozone layer.
So if I take hairspray, and if I spray it in my apartment, which
so
is all
funny to hear
sealed,
that.
and you're telling me that affects the ozone layer? Yes. I say, no way, folks, no way, okay? No.
All those lying scientists who calculated that if we hadn't banned CFCs, merely in the US alone, you would have an additional 40 million cases of skin cancer, resulting in some million extra deaths. But hey, Trump understands these issues. He knows that if he sprays something on his head in his apartment, then there's no way that the gases that he sprayed in there can possibly get out.
They say if I'm in my bathroom in Trump Tower, sealed with concrete, right? 8-inch concrete floors, 8-inch concrete walls. I spray my hair. Zip, zip. They tell me I'm destroying the ozone. It's 400 miles up.
Well, hell, if Trump's bathroom was hermetically sealed, then of course he would have been right. But it would have also meant that the carbon dioxide that he was breathing out would have just built up in his bathroom till it reached about 5%, at which point Trump would have passed out and died from carbon dioxide poisoning. That would be very interesting to know. If Trump really thinks that no gas has come in or out of his apartment, to know why he thinks that he hasn't suffocated or died of carbon dioxide poisoning yet. In fact, whatever, hell, let's do this. Let's see how far the stupidity goes. Good start, Trump, on pulling out of Paris Climate Accords. Montreal Protocol next. Make America great again. Montreal Protocols single-handedly destroyed the entire US CFC industry. Donald Trump should pull out now. Defend US interests. Make America great again. Yeah, get on Twitter and retweet those, because I've just got to see how far does the stupidity go. But hey, I guess all those you're just salty Trump won folks can rejoice that 2016 was the hottest year on record, while simultaneously having the head of the EPA who thinks that there's been no global warming since 1998. And you know what, folks? It's the current year. It's the hottest year on record. It's something that you're going to be hearing a lot of in the coming decades. I mean, just for the record, 1998 was the hottest year on record. Then 2005 was the hottest year on record. Then 2010, then 2014, then 2015, and now 2016 was the hottest year on record. Or if you want to do it by decades, the 80s was the hottest decade on record. Then the 90s was the hottest decade on record. Then the noughties were the hottest decade on record. And now the teens is thus far the hottest decade on record. And I ask you, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And most importantly,
Thunderfoot with 2
share
zeros.
it. Because thus far, this has been the second hottest year on record. And this problem will not stop in the lifetime of anyone watching this video. And there are still folks at the highest level of government pretending that there's nothing to be concerned about, because there's been no global warming since the late 90s.
Why are the hottest temperatures in the last decade essentially the hottest temperatures that we've seen on record?
I love pausing it right there. I'm so glad that he plays that part twice, because that's my point right there, is that CNN knew this. And they're acting like this is new information that they're releasing to their... Oh, God. I just have to say that again.
We've actually been in hiatus since the late 1990s.
There's Jim Acosta saying it right there.
Now. And if you like scientifically literate media like this, you can support this channel directly.
Dude, I love how he zooms in on Jim Acosta right there, man, at the very end. The Thunderfoot and I are thinking exactly the same. It's the fact that CNN knows this.
Why are the hottest temperatures in the last decade essentially the hottest temperatures that we've seen on record?
We've actually been in hiatus since the late 1990s.
I urge you to share this video now. And if you're...
It's got Jim Acosta right there all zoomed in just for a second.
I urge you to share this video now.
Boom. Isn't that weird? I wonder if Thunderfoot did that or if the TV did that. Right at the very end there, because that is my whole point. And this video went up in 2016. Right? So we've known about this, man. We've been talking about this on the channel for, 2017. We've been talking about this for a super long time. Super long time. All right, so let's go through y'all's chats, shall we? You guys been chatting like crazy. My manager has heard you say fuck so many times. Doc Hollandaise. Johnny says, no, I'm here. Illusion. Idiocracy movie was better. Yes, Illusion on the Beat. I agree. You're probably not here anymore. Trendy Orca. Rascal enjoys Nate's rants. Tommy, prepare yourself. War Sirens. My mom taught me to inhale just as much. Right. Okay, so we got there. Jerry was on a live stream talking about, I don't know, Kevin Jodre is buying properties in your county. I would love for him to see your garden, Jerry Whitaker. Huh. Believe it or not, we breathe more nitrogen than oxygen. Yeah, I do that. Prepare yourself is the best. I do that even when I smoke a joint, Eddie. Doc, cheers. Cheers, air intake. Totally agree with Nate. Oxygenating vacuum lines, turbo. Okay, I remember all this cool. We called the carb a turbo back in the day. Cheers, Little Lungs Ireland. From lung transplant list. I'm gonna die, dude. What, David? What? Holy shit! I'm sorry, man. I was making fun of your lungs. Oh my god. What? I missed all this. Mayo Clinic. I'm so glad I went back through the chat, man. Oh my god. Clinic dropped me because my diaphragm is 50% paralyzed. Holy shit, Dave. Holly says she's sorry. Dave, doctors say 6 months. Jesus fucking Christ, Dave. Be right back, Orca. Yes, said it was Chinese hoax. Steve running. H3 turned into a dumb cunt. 2. Thanks, bud. I'm back. Orca. Zina. No law regarding cannabis. Holly. Chinese Orca. Welcome back. What the fuck? That dude looks like he borrowed someone else's eyes. I remember I saw that. Dear Thunderfoot. Only has one H in it. Orca. Holly. The oil companies had a research team 50, 60 years ago. I heard the data was released due to the FOIA. My mind is blowing up right now. I saw that one, Jerry. No law regarding E. As soon as I get this fucking Windows 10 update, I get the info and references for us. Okay. Billy, our ozone levels are high as fuck at the time. I don't know what the fuck that means. He just wants his hairspray, Eddie. I agree the industrial complex has made a huge impact on our existence. Orca want to see your level stay the same, not rise, because I'll swim my orca ass out of Kansas, head for California, eat some lions and white sharks. Our whole flock gets free diamond plan, government health care, including dental health and eye with no deductible. We love free other people's money. Billy, I fucked up and showed my dentist some of my casting work. His dentists are master sculptors now. He wants to hang out. Oh, we're caught up. I have to dip out for doctor's appointment. Maybe bite a surfer once in a while. You looking for work? We have easy job. Lungs burnt working for DOD. All right, cool, man. I made it through the whole chat. What's up, everybody? We're in real time on the chat. We're all caught up. Watching the market trying to recover here. You know, we got all the way down. Ethereum got down to 2,928. The Orlando's church is prophesizing that Ethereum is going to go all the way down to 2,000. I told them they're fucking crazy, and I said that's part of what proves that you guys are crazy. So I guess if it does go down to 2,000, we all have to join Orlando's cult. No, when you see Orlando battle with the police, you guys might get a new respect for him and his church, what they had to deal with. So if you follow Orlando, it's he's on Twitter. I think I retweeted his videos, man. Hey, we could just fucking pull up his videos, man. Check this shit out. Why not? We didn't even get past the first sentence on that CNN article. Isn't that hilarious? That's the way it should be, right? Hey, freaking article. What's up, bro? All right, let me try this here. Twitter. Profile. Tweets. Let's see if I tweeted it. Sins of the Coveffee. Meet your real President Hannity. DeSantis. Yay, communism. No, I don't see it. Okay. It's a fucking video of Orlando, so I'll just go to Orlando's. Wait, maybe it was back a little further. Maybe I retweeted it earlier. Okay, maybe I said something to Orlando on the video. I liked it. Maybe I liked it. But let me just search for Orlando. It's Apostle. There it is. Apostle Orlando Bethel. Okay, let's go check out this video. You guys follow at Apostle O Bethel. Okay? Apostle O Bethel. The letter O. Apostle O Bethel. B-E-T-H-E-L. Alright, let's watch this video. Six-minute video. Repent or burn in hell, Gussie. I like the intro, actually. I like this. You guys are prophesizing that Bitcoin's going down to 25K. Well, Joe H said it could go down to 29K. $29K correction. So we got that shit. We're close. What I'm saying, Gussie, is we're close. You guys, look how big Orlando is. Look how big he is, man. That's my favorite. Dude, that's my favorite part of this video is when you see how big he is. You're like, man, Orlando's big, bro. Dude. I mean, either that or that cop right there is a tiny little man. Gussie, how big's Orlando? Right? That's Officer Danny. He's 3'2". Look. There's another human being there for reference. Did you see that? There's two human beings there, and then oh, he's 6'8". Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Damn, he's 6'8", man, and then he put shoes on. You know, fucking A, bro. If he's wearing boots. Those are actual words, just so you all know. That is an ancient, yes, that is an, Gussie, is that you filming? That is an ancient language spoken among the prophets of the church.
You got your recorder, you want me to talk to it? I'm asking you one time to leave. Okay? Public property, right? I'm asking you one time to leave. Sergeant Gary Mitchell.
He can just stay over here and hold it. He said, lean over there, right? Revoro he shikandara bahasara hashikara bahasi. Yondoro mosoro he shikandara bahasani get a little shikara bahasara. Yondoro shikandara bahani get a bahasara.
Back in 2005.
Maddox.
And
go get you a sign.
These guys have zero reason.
You can have this side, I have another side, I want to get in the back.
Huh?
I have another, you can have this side, I have another.
But these guys, I need phones. You have phones? I'm going to go tell the FBI these things. What did he say?
Maddox.
Look, corrupt law officers. Do you see the sign? It says corrupt law officers on the fucking sign, man. I love it, bro. Damn, dude, Orlando's intimidating. They don't like him.
That's what they were going to come out and take something across the street.
Dude, yeah, the Temple of Doom. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Those are words.
Yeah, they need to get in the bag. I don't know why they're sitting there. And now they need to sit down.
Oh, shit. Oh, you're out in front of the police officer's home? I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me that, Gussie. Oh my God, that's fucking psychotic.
Sit in the bag.
That the local police cannot.
Oh.
The local.
Holy shit. Orlando!
Come down, put your hand behind your back. Turn around, put your hand behind your back.
Oh!
What are the charges? You have to let them know what the charges are.
Don't fight me. Don't fight you. I'm not fighting you taking my personal property now.
That's all right, man. We got it on videotape.
He smiled at the camera, man, Orlando. Orlando just fucking straight smiled at the camera when he did it.
Wicked people.
I don't know, why were you protesting that police officers? Why were you excuse me while I dance. I was doing the Dusty there for a second. You know the Chihuahua? Called the Brownie. Shout out Steph Zamorano. Call that one the Brownie. You guys like that? Blue Anona cult attacked Sarah Silverman. I know, that was pretty funny. I saw that. It's like, she's like, oi! I surrender. Yeah, of course you do, because you're a fucking blue waiver, and that's what blue waivers do. You surrender your morals to support shit you don't believe in, because fuck Trump, which I totally sympathize with. But at the same time, I'm not going to sell my morals out like you guys do. Fuck that shit. So, thank you for your service, though, voters. I wonder, I actually heard someone say the other day Trump will not be president of the United States. I was like, I can't remember who said it, man, but I was like, that was a pretty authoritative source that said that. And it got me to thinking. I'm like, you can't trust polling, right? I wonder where the country's at. Are they waiting for this fool to fucking croak? And if so, how many people are willing to forget the last 4-year presidency that we had? All the things that we just went over, some of them. Just a small hairspray. We covered hairspray. We covered the Paris Accords. Getting out of the Paris Accords and trying to renegotiate back in. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. To something it's just an agreement. To try to do better. That's all that was. Oh, man. To try to, work towards prolonging our extinction, I think that's worded properly. We're trying to prolong our extinction. I mean, can't we at least try to do that for the sake of your fucking grandkids that are already alive? It's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is just such an insane amount of... And you know what? I am thankful for... How dare you? Greta Thunberg. I am thankful for her. Because the world needs more young voices from people like her to slap these motherfuckers like Trump across their faces and say... you guys got some fucking nerve. Right, Enoch? Get off that COD. Was the Paris Accord a contract with billion donated? Was the Paris Accord a contract with billions donated from nations to fight air pollution? To fight air pollution? I don't know how much money was involved in the Paris Accords. I don't know what if there was a financial thing. Oracle. If every single country signed it except for 2, don't you think there was probably just something they signed? There's no money involved? An agreement? It's not like a contract? If every country except for 2 or 3, every country except for 3, my bad, 3 countries out of all of them signed it. I don't know, You think every country had money to put into something that That would be a reason not to get into it, right? Why are we going to give you guys fucking money? You know? Was the money? I think it was more that he said specifically that he didn't believe in climate change, bro. That's what he said. He didn't believe in climate change. That was why he pulled out of the Paris Accords. He said it over and over and over again in those speeches. Thunderfoot just played them over and over and over again. You watched, right? You just watched the Thunderfoot video, right? Oh, well, we all just got educated on it. So, yeah. No, Trump pulled out of the climate accords because he didn't believe in climate change. He said it was a Chinese hoax. He didn't believe in the ozone layer story with chlorofluorocarbons and hairspray. He had a big thing about hairspray, bro. A big thing about hairspray. Not a team player. It's surprising that he supports now. It's surprising. It really is surprising. His base is all fucked up over it, and that alone might cost him the election. The fact that he just went public and said everyone should get up. Austin Jessup says Trump is an idiot. Austin Jessup, I agree with you. But who knows? Well, all we can do is just watch it happen like a football game, you know, and see who fumbles, see who scores the touchdown, you know? We have no control over it. I'm not going to play into it. But, I'm not going to vote, but I'll watch the election with y'all. 2024 if I'm still around. You know? It'd be worth watching. See what goes on. I don't know. Oh, fuck. I would love to see Kamala Harris just get annihilated before they select who's going to run for the Democrats. That would be hilarious and worth seeing. No, I haven't tried to log in and save a mask. I'm afraid that me and maybe other people also have gotten tired of trying to log into that motherfucker. You know, that's not good. They really fucked up. Yeah, they really fucked up, bro. You know? They want to claim it's a denial of service attack, and they can claim that all they want. But people are going to believe what they want to believe, bro. Trump bought Mar-a-Lago, a huge mansion in Florida, and turned it into a country club that costs $2,000 a year to belong to. Yes, that's 2x. They should have been prepared for the attack. If it's an attack at all, Oracle. If it's an attack, or if it's just the fact that they didn't have the infrastructure to prepared, to handle the surge. And they're just using that as an excuse. I don't trust them because the way they were ignoring the chat, that I was just so turned off by the fact the way people were screaming in the chat, dude, it's not working, it's not working. Everyone was typing in big capital letters in the chat. You were watching, right? They were typing in big capital letters in the chat the exact wording of the error that everyone was getting. And none of those fuckers would mention it on the live stream, and it was pissing me off so much until one of them finally happened to one of them. They were finally, oh, you try to log into it. And then one of them finally logs into it, and he says, cannot due to whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and then they addressed it. I'm like, you guys are some untrustworthy motherfuckers. I do not like that at all. Oh, all of a sudden they're going to address it, when it happened to one of them. Yeah, they don't trust their own goddamn wolf pack. Oh, you don't trust your wolf pack? Oh, I thought you were all supposed to be tight, like you stole Tim Black's fucking, whole thing, wolf pack, which is he's had for fucking years. And then all of a sudden crypto comes along, and these fuckers are like, oh yeah, we're the wolf pack, we're the wolf pack. Oh, okay, you're the wolf pack, okay. How's that working out for you? Clap for the wolf man. That's what I like to say. Clap for the wolf man.
Yeah, that's right. Down here and getting all weird. It's the Wolfman Jack coming at you live. It's side to side on the city pine on it.
All right, everybody. Enjoy your whenevers I see you again. All right? Love y'all. Here's 20 seconds of me waving goodbye for Docky Hollandaise so he feels loved. You guys take care. And he actually had Hill D actually responded to his tweet on Twitter, which was really cool. He tweeted at Hill D, and the one where he's like, when Nay waves for 20 seconds, it makes me feel loved. And she liked that, and I said, then I'll bring it back. And she liked that too. She liked my tweet too. All right. Bye, guys.